At my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 775-751-0349.
Tonight on News 46, police are investigating after a body is found inside a car.
2 people are transported after an accident.
And Sniffany's is holding a barking lot sale. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Thursday, August 22nd, 2013. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, it has not been officially confirmed as of this afternoon, but the body of a 52-year-old Pahrump resident, Cynthia Thomas, has possibly been located inside a vehicle on Blue Diamond Highway and Buffalo in Las Vegas. At this point, no foul play is suspected.
A female matching the description of a missing 52-year-old woman has been located deceased by Las Vegas police. The Clark County coroner will be conducting an investigation. The identity of the woman found has not been confirmed. According to Las Vegas police, the body was found inside a vehicle at Buffalo and Blue Diamond. They received a call around 2:15 on Wednesday. Witnesses said the vehicle had been there for several days. The body was found in the back seat of the car. The Nye County Sheriff's Office began investigating the missing person report on Cynthia Thomas. She was last seen and heard from on Friday, August 16th. She was last in Las Vegas and was with a friend getting gasoline to be en route to Pahrump around 9:30 a.m. Cynthia was seen in the area of Las Vegas Boulevard and Windmill, driving a 2002 Gold Pathfinder with Nevada veterans plates. Cynthia was reported not making it to Pahrump. If you have any information about this case, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. An emergency crews responded to Blag last night for a 2-vehicle accident.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall and Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall and Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
A 2-vehicle accident occurred on Blag and Comstock Street last night. Both vehicles sustained major damage. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies all arrived on scene to find both vehicles off the roadway. One vehicle actually had a secondary collision with a telephone pole. Inside that vehicle was a pregnant female, 16 years old. She was transported to Desert View Hospital with possible complications to her pregnancy. Inside the other vehicle, a male was complaining of leg pain. He was too transported to Desert View Hospital. The other passengers inside both vehicles declined to be transported. Nye County Sheriff's deputies blocked roadway and conducted traffic around the collision while also conducting the investigation. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, Mercy Air transported a 40-year-old man from Frontsight Firearms Institute this morning. He was apparently suffering a gunshot wound to the leg. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies all responded to the location off the Old Spanish Trail Highway to stabilize and investigate the apparently accidental shooting. The man was taken to UMC Trauma Center in Las Vegas.
And the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department has arrested 2 people they say were plotting to capture and kill a police officer. Police say the 2 who were part of the sovereign citizen movement now face charges of conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to commit kidnapping, and attempted first-degree kidnapping with use of a deadly weapon. Sovereign citizens say they distrust the government, and those who claim sovereign citizenship claim they do not answer to United States laws. The police report says the 2 plan to kidnap an officer and place that officer in a makeshift jail. The officer would be tried for treason and civil rights violations and then executed.
And folks, as we head into our break, here's Mr. Movie Phone.
I'm Mr. Movie Phone. The horror of a home invasion, the horror of discovering you might be in love with a coworker, and the horror of a new Nick Cage movie. We'll scare up the details with my weekend movie preview next.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
Happy weekend, everybody. I'm Mr. Movie Phone with your weekend movie preview. This week at the movies, a nasty home invasion is a real buzzkill for a family reunion. And Simon Pegg and Nick Frost will stop at nothing to get to the world's end.
What do you recommend?
Beer.
We'll have 5 of those, please. 4 of those and a tap water.
What? But in this case, the world's end happens to be a pub. And 5 friends return to their hometown to recreate an epic pub crawl. But when they realize robots have taken over, reaching the world's end might be the end of the world. The real deal? Well, these guys are about the best in the game at fun, smart, well-written satirical comedy. And The World's End is by far the most entertaining comedy of the summer. I'm in! A family reunion turns into a bloodbath. In your next.
What is that?
A family fights for their lives when a gang of axe-wielding murderers in freaky animal masks crashes the party. The real deal? Look, you have to be a fan of this sort of thing, and if you are, A, you got some problems. And B, Your Next delivers the bloody goods. I'm in! Also in theaters, Nicolas Cage is determined to catch a killer in the frozen ground. No screening for critics means audiences will also give it an icy reception. There's Drinking Buddies, in which a weekend alone finally forces 2 friends to realize they might be more. And the action flick The Grandmaster, inspired by the life of legendary Kung Fu master Ip Man. Now remember, for your showtimes, your tickets, my 6-second review, so much more, go to moviephone.com or tweet me right at 6-second reviews. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you at the movies.
That's a wrap.
A charter bus bound for a casino overturned on an interstate highway in Los Angeles County this morning, injuring 46 people. Most of the injuries were minor to moderate. Some trauma patients were airlifted by helicopter. None of the injuries were considered life-threatening. The bus, which was on its side off Interstate 210 near Duarte, had traversed 4 lanes. The stretch of highway is popular with tour buses headed to casinos.
And Sun publisher and editor Brian Greenspun sued Stevens Media, owner of the Las Vegas Review-Journal, in an effort to derail Stevens' proposal to dissolve a long-standing business agreement in which it prints and distributes the Sun and shares advertising revenues with the Sun. The agreement, known as Joint Operating Agreement, was sanctioned by the Justice Department in 1989 to ensure that Las Vegas would have 2 independent newspapers with differing editorial points of view.
And some people are asking what the potential monthly cost will be for the upcoming universal health care. Ian B. Clark gives a peek into what you might be paying.
Subsidies from the federal government will help pay for health insurance on state-based exchanges starting in 2014. Many low to moderate income Americans will get a break on their premiums. The Kaiser Family Foundation estimates that 48% of Americans who buy individual insurance today would be eligible for subsidies. They would receive an average of $5,548, which would cover 66% of the price. A larger share of new enrollees in the individual market will be eligible for subsidies since they are more likely to be of lower income Americans who cannot afford coverage now. Here's how you qualify. Anyone earning up to 400% of the poverty line will be eligible for a subsidy, which is up to $45,960 for an individual and $94,200 for a family of 4. The lower your income, the larger your subsidy. So for instance, those making $17,235 a year will pay no more than 4% of their income, or $57 a month, while those with incomes between $34,470 and $45,960 will pay a maximum of 9.5% of their income, or $364 a month. The federal government will cover the rest. Anyone earning more than $45,960 would be responsible for the entire tab on the Affordable Care Act health plan of their choice. In addition to premium subsidies, those making less than 250% of the poverty line, or $28,725 for a single person and $58,875 for a family of 4 are eligible for extra subsidies to defray out-of-pocket costs such as deductibles and co-payments. When signing up for universal health care, enrollees can apply for an advanced subsidy by estimating their income. Payments go directly to the insurer. Their subsidy level is then adjusted once they file a tax return with their actual income for the year. So in many cases, they may have to repay some of the subsidy if they underestimated or get a refund if they thought they earned more money than they actually did. Enrollees can also opt to pay the entire premium up front and get a refund at tax time. If you qualify, the size of your subsidy will vary by where you live. That's because the amount is based upon the cost of the second lowest silver plan in the area and works on a sliding scale. For more information and to view your options, go to healthcare.gov. You can enroll into a healthcare plan after October 1st of this year. This is Ian B. Clark reporting for News 46.
And folks, keep it here because we're going to have much more local news coming up right after this break.